Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I just want to talk really quickly with you guys about some of the equipment that I use when I go out into the field. I know I previously made a video about my equipment, but some things have changed and I've had a few questions about my equipment in the comment section, so I decided I'd go on ahead and share real briefly with you guys about that. So now remember when I told you I first signed up, the first thing that you're most definitely going to have is you're going to have a phone, of course, because you're going to need a phone. You're going to also have to have a measuring wheel. If you are contracted with a company, most of the time they want you to have a measuring wheel, and you're going to also need to have some sort of monopole or some sort of selfie stick that's long enough to where you can actually take videos of, take pictures of the roof. So when I first started out, of course, for my measuring wheel, the first thing I did was I purchased the smallest one I could find, and this is by Zozen, and I got it from Amazon, and I will actually post the link to that for you guys to see that one. It was very cheap. I was even noted by the actual person who is the coordinator for the inspections out in the field, who told me to just get the cheapest one I could find. It doesn't matter as long as it does the job, because it's pretty much just an estimate anyway. So this is the measuring wheel that comes in it, and of course it links out a little link that you can see, and then you can actually use it to roll it, and it shows here on the front of it. Let me see if I can show you guys. Once again, it shows at the front. Well, you probably can see it, but it has little, you know what, me and these cameras, it has a little area there that gives you the number, and you can see it. As you can see, it's well used. I've been rolling it a lot, but I had this, and then let me show you, I also was using my own tripod that I had bought before, and I was using it in the house. Remember that I showed you guys how it extends out, and on one of my previous videos you can see how long it goes. So I was actually using this to actually take the pictures of the roof, and as you see, that's the beginning of it, and then that is the actual end of it, and I can hold it like this and take the pictures of the roof because it actually goes up to 6 feet. Well, one day I messed around and dropped it. Well, let me take that back. I didn't drop it. I was getting in the car and I didn't have the phone detached from it. So on that day, I slapped it against the door. The tip broke. I don't know where the tip went. My phone slid down the hill, because most of the houses around here are on the hill. So the phone slid down the hill, and when I picked it up, it was like cracked and broken to the T, and I lost the tip of my pod. And I almost threw it out because I didn't have nothing to hold it. But look, let me tell you something. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep that. But I'm known to fix some things. And I'll fix anything that can be fixed. So anyway, you know how we keep those junk drawers or those junk boxes, and we have nuts and bolts and screws and little gadgets and cards and all those different things that we use. Well, inside my box, I had a couple of these, so I thought about it. So let me find one, see if it'll work. It does work. So when I put my phone in there, I just screw it tight, and I was using it. So I was using it. But before I did that, what I did was, and this is for those of you who are worried about having to actually do this, I also already had a selfie stick. Now this is a actual selfie stick, okay? This selfie stick I had a long time, and I needed to use something because the next day I had an appointment where I had to go do some inspections at a house. Well, luckily for me, the houses was one-story homes. One-story home don't require too much long of a stick. So I put this one in the car, and until I decided to actually go searching for an actual screw to put on the tip of my pod, I was actually using this thing. And trust me, when you put your phone on it and you hold that thing all the way up in the air like that and take a picture, it takes pictures on the roof just fine. But don't try it if you're using 2- or 3-story homes, or homes where the roof has a slope, because you ain't gonna be able to get no picture. But it did save me. So for those of you who are needing something to use to start off really quick, it is an actual monopod. It may not go 6 feet, but for most parts, if you're in an emergency situation, it most definitely does the trick. And so I was using that too. So I said, let me show you guys. So for those of you who are stressing and straining over stuff, look, you don't have to. So this one, and then of course this one, I got it off of Amazon too, and it didn't cost much of a penny either, and I'm going to show you that because y'all know I ain't spending much. So what I did was I had decided that whatever I use, it has to pay for itself. Like, I'm not gonna, when I buy equipment, I'm not gonna go in my savings and use savings money. I'm not gonna pull money that I'm supposed to be paying a bill with and buy equipment. I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. If I don't have it at all, then I most definitely will buy more equipment, but it's gonna be very cheap. And when it gets to a point where money starts coming in on the company, then I will replace the cheap with something better when I need to. But the money's gonna come from the actual job itself. I learned my lesson, and I can say a lot of you probably out there listening know what I'm talking about with ordering and buying these printers and all of this paper and doing all of this stuff and taking all of these classes, and then you barely getting work, and you put a lot of money into your equipment and your supplies getting ready. My job is going to pay for itself. Whatever money I make, I put back into companies when I start doing work. So this is how I do this too. So with that being said, let's move on. I recently signed with a company that was requiring me to have a larger stick, a longer stick, all that old stuff, and even said I needed to have a measuring tape as an emergency. Well, you know, most of us in our junk drawers and in our junk boxes and in our trunks and stuff, our cars, we have measuring tapes. So I never bought a new measuring tape. I have a couple of these around the house. Of course, it does the job if I needed to use it. But it sits in my trunk, and I have never used it as of yet because, you know, they ask for extra stuff sometimes, and you don't have to have it. But hopefully once I get to the construction part of things, I'll be using it. So with that being said, let's move on. So on the new company, I was already using the little vest. And remember I told you guys I used the vest and I have my ID and stuff on the vest, and I was using it because a lot of people don't use the vest when they go out. But I have learned that when you put the vest on, suppose you knock on somebody's door, okay? Knock, 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 and they don't respond. Maybe they didn't hear you. Maybe they're in there and they didn't hear you, right? And it's not an appointment, so you can actually go ahead and start taking the pictures. So you put your little sticky note or your little door tag on the door, and you walk away and you proceed to start taking pictures. And by the time they come in the front room and happen to look out the window and see you in their yard, you look like you on the way to the side of the house. What you look like? A robber? You look like a thief. And at this day and time, when somebody's cutting around the edge of your house, 9 times out of 10, they are up to what? No good. Don't mess around here and get popped because you trying to be cute and don't want to wear no vest. I wear my vest. You can do what you want. Let me take that back. Forgive me. If you don't want to wear a vest, you don't have to. I just do it because I've learned early on that people respect the vest, okay? It is what it is, and I put it on no matter what. I always wear my vest. Before I get out of my car, I make sure I have it on. Well, this one right here, I messed around and got dye all over the front of it from ink. I don't know if you can see it or not. From ink all in the front, about one of the pockets. One of my ink pens had leaked. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get another. It don't cost so much anyway. So I bought another one. So in my previous videos, you probably been seeing me walk around with the blue one. I like the blue anyway. It's darker. You know, it has Velcro, little places and other pockets that the other one didn't have. So I use this one now instead of the yellow one. But now, I was needing an extra pod for this new company, which I'll make a video and I'll let you guys know, let you guys in on what's happening. But for this video, we're just going to talk about the equipment. So you guys, if you watch any other video, you've seen me with this one. And of course, this is the new monopod. This monopod is not the same. They are two totally different ones, right? This one is really mainly for taking videos and standing up in the house or whatnot, okay? This one was one that was actually created for the job, so to speak. So I decided I'd go ahead and get one of these not because I had to have it. Well, let me take that back. I did have to have it. Let me get it straight. Back up. Okay. I did have to have another one because this one only goes 6 feet. This one goes up to 10 feet if you include all of the extensions, including this and the part at the bottom. So this part right here holds the phone, right? Same thing, Amazon product, holds the phone, okay? And this right here, you can screw it, you can turn it down, you can adjust it up and down, you can decide whichever way you want it to go, right? And then you have the adjustment screw here where you can actually take it off. So if you need to, you can put a actual camera on the end of it instead of a phone. So you can use it both ways, right? And then this right here, you just grab it and start to pull it out. And you can pull it out from the front, from the top. And now the longer that you pull it out, I'm going to show you what happens and what gets me disturbed when I'm out on the field. See if I can show you. I'm going to run out of room. The bottom will automatically come out as though I'm going to stand it up. I'm not trying to stand it up. So I just pull it out so far with my hand on it. And once I get to a point where it looks like it's trying to open up, I'll hold it. Right? So now I have the extra long stick. Let me pull it down so that I can actually grab it and hold it up to the roof and take the pictures of the gutters all around the back sides. Now, trust me, now it's still not going to take a 2-story flat roof home. Nothing's going to do that but a ladder and prayer. Okay? But on this one, it also comes with, let me pull it out. Give me a second because I didn't have it ready. It comes with a remote control. So now this remote control has, you see it, I don't know if you can see it blinking. This remote control has a little battery in the back, right? And and it can sit right here in here. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's magnetic. It says it's magnetic, but it doesn't sit in here magnetic. It has little slots. So when I'm walking around and I'm using this thing, first thing I realized was every time I get in the car, I'm like, where's the remote control? Because I'll be forgetting that it easily comes out. So I'm all in these people's yard looking for the remote control. So now the remote control stays in my pocket because it ain't worth putting it in here. By the time you get somewhere and park the car and get out, you're going to realize you lost the remote somewhere in somebody's yard. So I put it in my pocket, but I don't use it much anyway. I just use my earpiece, Bluetooth to my phone, and I make sure the volume's turned up and adjusted to the Bluetooth. So I just set a timer, and when I pull it up, once it clicks off and takes a picture, I can hear it in my ear. I do that instead of using the remote control, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I have used the remote control, and it has said that it clicked. I can hear it do a click and do the little, and then when I think I'm finished and I get in the car and check back on my photos, I think I got 6, 7 images of a roof, and I may have 2 at best. So half the time it don't work. Yep, it's trash. I'm not even going to say it's not trash. But this right here, this stick is the bomb. I love it, okay? I had someone actually tell me that I probably need to just send the remote back in and tell the company, complain to the company, and have them to either try to make a better one or send you another one. Let me tell you something. It did not cost enough for me to even do that. So it ain't even worth my time. My Bluetooth works fine. I hear it when I set it for 3 seconds. It's tick, 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 tick. So it works just fine. I don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to put that in there as well. I also needed to have, one more thing guys, a bigger wheel. And that bigger wheel, they said they wanted it to be 10 inches or something. Of course, my wheel was not 10 inches. And in order for me to finish the onboarding process, I had to get these things. Which means I had to get my stick, 10-footer, and I had to get a bigger wheel. So, of course, this brand is the cheaper of brands. The same brand I had before. It's just another measuring wheel. So I bought another one. And it is supposed to be a 10-footer. So let me show you guys what it looks like. It looks like this. It's a wheel, right? Big old wheel. And it has a stick on the back. And as you stand it up like this, it clamps and adjusts into place. So once it adjusts into place, now you have it. And on the front of it, let me turn it around, see if I can show you. It still has the same as the other one did. Well, it's going to be hard for me to show you, but maybe you can see it in between the wheel. The little numbers. Y'all please forgive me on this. Because I'll be backwards all outdoors with the video. But it does count down the number. Now, as you can see by looking at the wheel, I bought it. And I've been working and I've been doing some work, but I'm still in the beginner phases of the job, so I haven't had to actually use it. But I can tell you that if I do need it, at least I'll have it. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to still be using the smaller one that I have, and this one will just be a backup. But in order for me to finish the onboarding process, like I said before, I had to have it. And guess what? Inside of the packet comes, look, a measuring tape. So it comes inside of the wheel, with the wheel. So it's in there with it. So it has a little thing there. So I just wanted to show you guys really quick the equipment that I use, and this is all you require other than a phone. And let me tell you something. You can take this home with you. But at the end of the day, I'm going to end the video on it. On the phone, a lot of these companies, once you sign for a contract, some of these companies have apps that will allow you to upload the images, so you don't have to worry about uploading images when you get home. All you got to do is do the paperwork. Well, if that's the case, then that means there are apps. And in order for you to upload an app to your phone, you're going to have space. So if you like me and you keep your phone long term, for long as it ain't broke, I ain't trying to fix it, I ain't trying to buy another one, I don't even use the phone like that much, then you already know your phone probably running out of space, all types of stuff going on. And I'm not saying go out and buy a new phone, but I went on ahead and purchased a new one, mainly because, let me tell you what I did. The first one, remember I said when I broke my stick, I broke my phone. I done dropped my phone 1,000 times and didn't crack it. This time that phone was cracked so bad I could barely hit the button to take the picture. It was working, so I was using it. But when I got ready to start signing on to other companies, what happened was, what had happened was I couldn't download that app if I needed to, if I wanted to. I knew I wasn't going to be able to because I don't never have enough space. That means I'm always digging in the phone trying to find some type of way to get rid of old updates. It was just too much. So now with this phone here, I just went ahead and got another one so that I can put all of my jobs and my actual apps that I work with on this phone. And I'm going to tell you what all is on this phone so you guys will know the different things that I do. I have delivered on here. I have Synpex on here. I have another driving app on here, which you'll see on a video. I have an app for the airlines because, frequent flyer. I have Uber on here for Uber driver, for Uber Eats because sometimes I'll deliver. I have DoorDash on here because sometimes I do that. I have 1, 2 different companies on here. I have 1, 2, 3 different banks on here, and that is it. Oh, and I have a app on here called Circuit, which is the one that helps you to put your routes in order so that you'll know exactly which house go to first and end up all the way back around, to your home, and do it swiftly. So this is what I use this phone for. I use this phone when people call and I talk, of course, but I don't go on Facebook. I don't have no apps on here. I don't have no Pinterest on here. I don't do nothing with this phone. That way I'll always have plenty of space to get my job done. So that's what I went on ahead and did. So it's just something for you to put in your mind if you want to be doing stuff and your phone is taking up space. It'll start to act funny, won't hold your pictures, and the last thing you want to do is get someone to be taking pictures and then get home and have your pictures missing because your phone won't hold the information. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, I'm going to leave all of the links down in the description for you guys for all of and everything that you see here that I just showed you. So if you want to see, you can go see. You can see that D ain't spending no excess money. D don't spend a lot of money on stuff. So all of my stuff is fair priced, and you'll be able to see it straight out of Amazon. And thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell because I'll be bringing you something else later. Thank you guys once again for watching.